Earlier this year, billionaire Melinda Gates says she was optimistic the Catholic Church would change its teaching on contraception to help women in developing countries. But what do women in those developing countries believe? What do they say will help them? This week, we spotlight a Catholic woman who is speaking up on behalf of those women and on behalf of the unborn. Obianuju Ekeocha, or Uju for short, took an unexpected step in public pro-life advocacy after she watched a TV interview with a billionaire.
I saw Melinda Gates talking about her big project for Africa. She was going to raise $5 billion to try to get contraception to women who have unmet need, as they were calling it. I was shocked that somebody would try to raise that sort of money to get contraception for the African woman, not computers, not education, but contraception. So I was quite disturbed that day, and I sat down and I started writing something, and it ended up being the open letter to Melinda Gates that so many people got to read.
Born and raised in Nigeria, Uju's letter went like this. I see this $4.6 billion buying us misery. I see it buying us unfaithful husbands. I see it buying us streets devoid of the innocent chatter of children. We need good healthcare systems, food programs for young children, good higher education opportunities. She continued with more examples.
When I finished it, I didn't know what to do with it. I sent it to someone at EWTN, Teresa Tomio, and she just read it on her show and it went viral.
Uju's letter was eventually picked up by the Pontifical Council for the Laity and translated into at least 6 languages. Becoming a pro-life figure was never in Uju's predicted career path, but it's something she's uniquely qualified for.
When you talk of something like embryology, I love to think about it. I love to, reflect on it because it's life. It's human life from the point of conception.
Living in the United Kingdom since 2006, Uju now works as a biomedical scientist. Her love for the unborn is rooted in both her Catholic faith and scientific education.
From a scientific point of view, I have a fascination for just the beauty of human lives.
This Nigerian woman believes she has a responsibility to speak up on behalf of her home continent.
I started to write more, I started to speak more, I started to read more, because then I realized, there's all these things that I need to understand more, the different laws in different places. But I realized that there was a need for people who wanted to know about Africa.
Since becoming a pro-life advocate, Uju has gained a large social media following, has spoken in 15 countries around the globe, and is a frequent TV commentator, with moments like this going viral.
If they have access to contraception, if they can deal with birth control, if they can have a family planning program in place, then it deals with the issues of poverty as well.
That is the Western solution. Why don't you listen to the people first?
And this one, when she once again responded to Melinda Gates and her call to change the church's teaching on contraception.
There is a problem where the Western world, or people within the Catholic Church in the Western world, continue to try to push the agenda or their viewpoint on a church that is supposed to be universal.
Uju hits on a topic Pope Francis frequently condemns: ideological colonization. When the Western world pushes their social and sexual agenda through economic pressure. She sees it frequently with humanitarian aid coming to Africa.
They are coming with their own view of human life, their own view of human family, of human sexuality, and as they are giving us this aid, this humanitarian aid, they are tagging onto it what they call the so-called sexual and reproductive health and rights. So I always say concerning someone like Melinda Gates, who is promoting abortion, contraception, I'd say we need computers, not contraception.
In response to the mounting pressures facing African nations, Uju founded Culture of Life Africa to preserve the continent's pro-life values.
I felt I was on a bridge because I was born and raised in Africa, but I was, I had lived for many years in the West as well, so I felt I had this unique perspective.
The world is in need of strong pro-life voices, and Uju has discovered the unique way God equipped her.